televiewers, welcome to this special edition on My Media Prime to focus on elections that are supposed to take place tomorrow in Limbe for the position of city mayor, who actually is going to take the position of city mayor, replacing Andrew Motanga Andrew, who was buried last weekend in Limbe, chief town of Fako Division. We hear tension is high down there in the seaside resort city of Limbe. We're going to be discussing with few persons to give us a picture of how Limbe actually looks like today, and eventually tomorrow we are going to be following very closely these elections. And we are starting with you, Solomon Agbor, who works with the Star newspaper down there in Limbe. You are also the national president of Kum. You're going to be telling us those who are vying for this position of city mayor for Limbe. Agbor, can you tell us what's happening? Agbor certainly has to tell us what is happening down there in Limbe. Johnson, can we have his first reaction, please?
Chief Vola, we had the interim city mayor. We had about 4 candidates. These candidates were the mayor of Limbe 3, Secretary Luma, the mayor of Limbe 2, Chief Vola. We had the interim Tanga, and of course Councillor Emile Agbor. But immediately after the burial of the city mayor, a new list of candidates came up, and this time around, as at yesterday, we heard we have a new faces in the presence of Kwan Oscar, who is from Limbe 3. There is also Emile Agbor on that list, by Ephraim, and of course Ngomba Eric. So as we speak, these are the names that we know at our level in terms of the candidates proposed by the party here in Limbe to the Central Committee. But again, discussions are still within the corridors of that election, that some of the candidates earlier mentioned, though they have been barred by law not to stand because they have elected positions, they are still doing some groundwork on the ground. So far the enthusiasm is high, Limbe is calm, but of course the desire to see a new city mayor is at top point. So we're looking forward to what will happen in the hours ahead. That will be for the first intervention, but so far so good. There are a lot of lobbying going on within the city of Limbe. Well, you also know that Limbe is a very strategic town, and people are looking forward for that candidate who will deliver, who will live up to the expectations of the people, and of course meet up with their aspirations.
Thank you very much, Solomon Agbor, there, coming in from Limbe, chief town of Fako Division. We know that the stakes are actually very high in Limbe. Expectations are also high. The people of Limbe were already used to the fallen city mayor, his ways and the things he has been doing, the projects he had for the city of Limbe, and are expecting that whosoever wears those shoes should be able to meet their aspirations and also move along the lines of his development vision. Why not even better than what he did? But many persons, that's a position that is actually wanted by many persons.
Yes, Kum Leonard, good morning once again, and good morning to our televiewers who are watching us at this time. And as we all know, the person who is in charge, who is supposed to, watch over the election, the senior divisional officer for Limbe, we're talking Fako Division, Emile Ledu Ngamba Ledu, he signed a communique, and or he wrote a letter to the election stakeholders, and the letter, which was signed and only came to the public eye on the eve of the election, which was of course postponed. The elections were supposed to take place yesterday and was postponed. My worry is this. We all know what is happening. We leave the elections in Douala, the election of the city mayor in Douala, and we all know that this thing is imposed from Yaoundé. So I don't expect much from the results of tomorrow's election. So it's no news to me.
Okay, tomorrow's election, according to you, may just be a matter of formality.
Yeah, formality, because the elections have been postponed twice. So why postpone the election? It means that negotiations were ongoing within the corridors of power, probably in Yaoundé, to impose their candidate, because we all know, I was there, I lived the elections in Douala, and we saw how the Central Committee imposed a candidate on, the councillors who were there to elect the new city mayor. So
okay, we hope that, anyway, let's hope that things work out very well. But let us take a listen to Councillor Vincent for Better. He is a councillor in Limbe 2 Council, and says that democracy should prevail. He is against the investiture of any candidate. But if Agbor Emile is on standby from Yaoundé, can we get him? Good morning, Agbor Emile, and welcome.
Thank you for having me on your program.
Yes, Emile, can you move towards your left a bit, centralized your camera, please? Can you just move towards? Yes, that's good. Yes, can you educate our audience on what actually has to happen as far as replacing a city mayor is concerned?
First of all, let me say that replacing the city mayor is a normal procedure in case of death, or in case of incapacity, or in case of just a normal replacement in case he has been appointed to another position. So the normal issue is, the law is clear on that the supervisory authority or the representative of the government has just 60 days to call on the new elections in case of all of these categories I've given. So it is a matter of administrative procedure and a matter for necessity for service that this has to take place.
Are you following very closely what's happening in Limbe? We've seen the postponement at least twice. What, according to you, is not working?
No, I think that somehow the administrative authority, the SDO, or those in charge of it, did not really take into account the number of 60 days. That is, we'll say approximately 3 months after the post has been declared vacant. And so it would appear that the representation of the state may not have taken into consideration certain issues, because it says 60 days, whether you count public days or not, or whether you take it anyhow, but it has to be 60 days after it is declared vacant. And so I think that it was just a matter of calculation. On the other hand, I think also that those in charge, we should not forget, lost in view the fact that the administrative authority and the CPDM that has won all the councils, the 3 councils in Limbe, may have the issue of want of a candidate, of a re-candidate to replace the former mayor. So what do we say? Is it miscalculation or want of a candidate? I think that if it is miscalculation, the SU through other communiques has tried in a number of ways to arrange that. And if it is that the party, we should not lose count also of the fact that it is a matter of a party also that has to select a candidate to replace the former city mayor.
Okay, Agbor said earlier on to us that some persons were actually indicating interest to wanting to replace the fallen city mayor, and seemingly some persons have been barred. Is it according to the law, or it is an affair, a political party affair?
No, it is according to the law, first of all, but we should not forget that the law, those who are, all the councillors and all those who are vying for whatsoever position of city mayor today, they are on a platform of a political party. It is a political position, although others will say as far as the development of the people is concerned, we should not talk about politics. No, the politics comes back now because the position of city mayor is a very important one, and city mayor of a city of as important and as strategic as Limbe is even more, important. To tell you that whoever is city mayor of Limbe, for example, we should not forget certain aspects. At the Limbe Nautical School is one of the institutions where the city mayor of Limbe is member. The incoming, the expected Limbe deep sea port, we expect that the city mayor, whoever is city mayor, is a member of the board of directors, not counting about Sonara, CDC, and the rest. You not also forget the fact that Limbe is
We'll be coming back. We'll be coming back to you, but Emile, the lines are not too clear. Let's Emile Agbor, Emile, please. Johnson, we'll be coming back to you, Agbor, Emile. The lines are not too clear, please. Can we please? Johnson, can we now take a listen to Councillor Vincent Forbette, Councillor for Limbe 2, Council, who says that he expects democracy to prevail and that things should move according to the wishes of the national president of the CPDM party, His Excellency President Paul Biya, stating clearly that they will not accept any investiture in Limbe.
We are talking.
No, please. Councillor Forbette, please. Let us get to Councillor Forbette, who is a councillor for Limbe 2 Council.
The great party, the CPDM, is a very, very well-structured party. It's a disciplined party.
It's a democratic party, and it's a party with principles. In fact, what we are seeing today in Limbe, we cannot believe our eyes. The tension is high because some individuals, some people believe that they own the CPDM party, which is not true. We believe in democracy, and we believe that as councillor, which I'm one of them, we are going to exercise our democratic right on that day. The CPDM party, which is being headed by His Excellency President Paul Biya, he himself stood for many elections as a Democrat, who is a Democrat. Consequently, any other person who believes in his policy and agenda should equally stand for election. That idea of investing candidates, my brother, I want to tell you that it will not work in Limbe. It will not work. Any manipulation of any sort that does not abide with democracy, the spirit of democracy, the spirit of CPDM, which is democracy, it will not work in Limbe. We, the councillors of Limbe 1, Limbe 2, Limbe 3, we want the box to be placed there and we select the best candidate that is going to lead Limbe. Late Motanga has done his part. We need to select somebody who have a vision and a mission. We need to select somebody who is focused. We need to somebody who is stable. We need to select somebody who is spiritual, all right. Limbe is a town of investment and many opportunities. It is a town of friendship. We need people who will come and expand Limbe, who will come with good vision and create many jobs for the youth in Limbe. We don't want people who come and sleep. And let me tell you, Mr. Journalist, it will be something that the population will not be happy if any document comes from Yaoundé appointing somebody. And we know that we're not happy because those in Yaoundé, they are educated people, they believe in democracy, they believe in the spirit of democracy, they believe in the spirit of unity, most especially at this vulnerable time of the crisis in this country. And Limbe is a safe haven. I hope the people in Yaoundé know that Limbe is a safe haven. I know that they will preserve the peace which is in Limbe. And Limbe, it will continue to be a safe haven. Let the box speak. The rules and regulations of the party, good and fine, we must follow it. If the party come and invest in candidates that we are the grassroots, we say that candidate is not the best choice, we shall not accept. We shall not accept. Because we are the people at the grassroots. We know our people. Let them give us the opportunity to choose the leader and give them the leader, and they will enjoy the leader.
Yes, you just listened to a grassroots militant there.
Yes, he's saying just exactly what I said. I said when you asked me, and you know, there's a lot of manipulation, and sometimes these people are at the grassroots level working tirelessly for the CPDM party. They end up not enjoying the fruits of the CPDM, and those who are in Yaoundé, they decide and impose their own candidate on the people who are at the level of the grassroots, and they are working every day to support President Paul Biya. So it's just sounding a note of warning to those who want to carry out some manipulative tendencies to tarnish the works of the national president, who is of course President Paul Biya, and those of them who are at the level of the grassroots. So it's a warning. It would appear something is already cooking up, like I earlier mentioned here. We know what happened in Kumba. You also lived the situation of Kumba, where elections took place twice in Kumba. And so this one might not be different, Kum Leonard.
Yes, Agbor Emile, I don't know whether you are there. You just listened there to a grassroots militant who says that they will not accept anybody chosen from Yaoundé, that they leave and know who should lead them.
Yes, we have a problem with militants, with some of these militants. See, they're in a platform and they know the rules and regulations and how the party works. We will not want to enter into the nitty-gritties, but they should remember that they are within a platform of a political party, the CPDM. I will know how it goes there. What is clear, and from other issues that can be said, is that the party will select, because the Limbe City Council is under the platform of the CPDM. All the three councils in Limbe are CPDM oriented, let me put it that way, oriented councils. And so they should not lose.
Oops. Okay, seemingly we lost him. We are going to move over to Limbe to get to Solomon Agborem to tell us the situation. We hear there is witch hunting, monies are exchanging hands, and that a lot of lobbying is going on. Agborem, what's actually happening?
Limbe is the profile of the candidates. Well, I think Limbe is a very strategic city, and the population is expected to see someone who has a mastery, first of all, of the city, someone who can be able to understand the different groups, the different cosmopolitan nature and constitution of the city, someone who will be driven by development, someone who will be concerned about making a difference, someone who will come with a vision, because it's not just the political position. The people of Limbe love innovation. You know of some of the major projects which had earlier on been initiated by the late city mayor. We're talking of the Left Bank Maritime project. We do not know as of now what will happen to that project. So we believe that the next candidate should be able to fit into this profile to see beyond the ordinary day-to-day life of the Limbe citizen or Limbe indigene, and think beyond that by coming with a vision to give the city the place that it deserves in terms of development. So there is just a lot that the people of Limbe are expecting in terms of the profile of that candidate. But like we mentioned in the my first intervention about the different phases that the councillors are expected to decide amongst them, I think we have people there that they can count on. Well, if you ask me, my personal take would be looking at Councillor Ekema Ebel, looking at Kwan Oscar. I think for now, those are the candidates that they may have to choose amongst them. But again, the people cannot vote. It is a given caucus of personalities. Yeah, I mean the councillors from Limbe 1, 2, and 3 who are to vote. So we believe that they will be able to transfer the desire of the people as they cast their vote to elect the new city mayor.
You were talking there about the profile of the person who is expected to take over, but I want you to come back to what we are hearing about the lobbying and a host of other things.
A lot of things are brought into play. Of course, people will need to understand and know the candidates. The candidates also have their managers in terms of the campaign on the ground. But so far, I think I can say that within the first list of candidates or aspirants, we gather on the ground that a lot of money had been spent already to convince them as to the personality there that we're going to elect as the next city mayor. But with the change of the dynamics now, which means there is still some discussion in terms of who to stand for which of the candidates. So there is some form of conscience talk, there's some form of lobbying, there's some form of dragging the towel close to your end. But again, it's politics, it's election, and these things are expected to happen. But we look forward to the person that will finally be elected as far as tomorrow is concerned for the next city mayor job in the seaside city of Limbe. All the hopes are looking towards one direction. All the hopes are that by tomorrow, Limbe should be able to have a sigh of relief that at last there is a city mayor. To have a little bit on what you indicated in the question, if there is some form of witch hunting, well, I want to also say that as we speak now, there are two official communiques indicating the dates of the election. There is one carrying the 4th and there is one carrying the 7th, signed by the senior divisional officer for FACO. We of this end we wish to say that I think in such sensitive elections there is no room for error. So we will not want to fault where those letters are coming from, but I think that the administration is supposed to take its responsibility so that some issues of manipulation don't come into play. So I think it is a big error on the part of the senior divisional officer for us to have two different communiques from his own office signed by him carrying two dates.
Okay, the situation is quite tense, exciting also. Because,
a lot of lobbying, but they should do the lobbying and give the money. So people will help themselves with the money. But once Yaoundé decides, nothing can change. You can give 20 million, whatever amount. When Yaoundé decides, because we know that Yaoundé is going to decide who should become the city mayor of Limbe. So I can only but wish them good luck.
Okay, tomorrow our eyes and ears are going to be on Limbe. We're going to follow up everything that will be happening in Limbe. We are having another special edition tomorrow. This was just to announce that tomorrow our eyes and ears are going to be on Limbe to follow up and tell the world what is happening as far as the elections of the new city mayor is concerned. Agbor Emile, I hope you're going to be there tomorrow with us to explain some of the things that we are going to be getting on ground from Limbe tomorrow. But you are very sure that the party is going to decide who becomes the next city mayor of Limbe? Seemingly, Agbor Emile is no longer available with us tomorrow. Televiewers, we are going to be live here in our studios to follow up what is happening, to give you real information.
Just to say something before we get out of the studio, Kum Leonard. I'm not very comfortable with this issue of Yaoundé deciding because investiture, because we know that formerly we used to have the post of government delegate, and with the new decentralization dispensation, that position was erased, and then we had city mayor. And if the mayors are supposed to be elected, let the councillors do their job. It should not only be Yaoundé imposing on those councillors who get a candidate. That's my point. I'm worried about this issue. It means that we are not really implementing the decentralization that we say we are implementing, which is wrong, of course.
Okay. We want to thank you, Solomon Agbor, who came in there from Limbe. He is the national president of Kum. And also Agbor Emile, who came in from Yaoundé. Tomorrow, thank you to Lasha for coming.
Thank you, Kum Leonard. Hopefully we'll be together tomorrow.
Yes.
To dig several layers, like I always say, beneath what is happening or what is going to be happening in Limbe tomorrow.
Okay. So tomorrow, our eyes and ears are going to be in Limbe to give the world information on what is going to be happening. But it seems as if Agbor Emile is back. Agbor, thank you for coming. You're very sure that tomorrow the party is going to decide who becomes the next city mayor of Limbe? Hello, Emile. Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes. So tomorrow you are certain that the person that is going to replace fallen Andrew, Motanga Andrew, is going to be decided at the level of the Central Committee of the CPDM party through investiture. That's what you're saying?
No, the councillors have their say. The councillors have their say, but they are on a platform. They are on a platform. They have their say. Remember in Vola, when Dr. Dine was pitching where the mayor of yes, Limbe Malafa.
Yes.
They had to remind Limbe Malafa because the party are giving instructions that those who are elected already have positions like mayors, and this cannot compete for the city mayor. It's a party platform. If it was another party, we would agree. But they are on the platform of the party. That is how True Threats and the rest, all the party issues, Limbe Malafa had to drop down for party lack of, for respect to party discipline. Remember Lydian Ewum of Konsamba 3, who became mayor despite the fact that the party had chosen somebody else. She was excluded from the party, simply from the CPM party. So the scenario will not be different. And the councillors who are saying that the Yaoundé will not decide, they should also know that Yaoundé decided when they were councillors. And so it's not now that the Yaoundé want to decide for another issue that Yaoundé will not have the right. So it's a matter of party.
Emile, thank you very much. We hope to have you on tomorrow. Okay, thank you, televiewers, for watching this very brief special edition. But tomorrow we're going to be steady on this special edition, looking at what will be transpiring out there in Limbe, chief town of Fako Division. Stay blessed. Bye-bye.
You should also know that